Welcome back, everyone. As I promised in our last deep dive, today I'm finally putting the Microsoft Planner agent, formerly known as the Project Manager agent, to the ultimate test. I'll be honest, I have been waiting for this update for months. Now that it's officially rolled out to all Copilot users, I spent the last week trying to break it. I wanted to see if an AI agent can actually manage a project, or if it's just a glorified checklist. I'm going to show you my raw results. Some features absolutely impressed me. The way it handles status reports is a game changer. Other parts? Well, they were pretty frustrating, especially when it came to complex dependencies. And then there's the stuff that's just okay. Good for now, but not quite there yet. Are you ready to see if the Planner agent is your new best friend or your newest headache? Let's jump in. Test number 1, starting from zero. I asked the Planner agent to build a project plan from scratch. I gave it a name, a clear objective, and hit enter. Immediately, the agent started thinking. It actually outlined its logic first and asked for my approval before building the board. I have to admit, seeing it brainstorm the structure in seconds, impressive. I gave it the green light, and within minutes, a full draft appeared. My first reaction? Wow, I'm never typing a task list again. But then, I started digging. I compared the AI's draft against a plan I had built manually using Planner Premium. And that's when the wow factor started to fade. The AI got the tasks right, but it completely ignored the data that actually manages a project. There were no durations, no logical sequencing, and most importantly, percent completion was missing across the board. If you're managing dozens of tasks, you can't just have a list of names. You need the metrics. After some digging, I realized this is a hard limitation of the current agent. It's great at content, but weak on metadata. My verdict for test 1? It's a fantastic brainstorming partner for simple projects. But for complex, data-driven PM work, it's better than nothing, but it's definitely not taking a project manager's job just yet. Let's see if it redeems itself in test number 2. Now for test number 2. This is the feature I was most excited and most skeptical about, assigning a task directly to the agent. Think about it. Imagine having a dedicated assistant who doesn't just remind you to do work, but actually does the work for you, instantly. To test this, I gave it a standard meat and potatoes PM task. Define the support model. This is a perfect test case because while it's a routine task, it requires research and structure. I went into the Planner grid view, hit the Assigned To field, and selected Planner Agent. Immediately, the status updated to Agent Working. And I'm not going to lie, I was leaning into my monitor with pure excitement. About 60 seconds later, the task popped into a new bucket, ready for review. I opened it up and, wow, I was genuinely impressed. It didn't just copy-paste a generic template from the internet. It actually created a support model tailored to my project. It covered tiers of support, escalation paths, etc. It felt like a solid first draft that would have taken me an hour to write, delivered in a minute. After the disappointment of the initial plan creation, the agent just totally redeemed itself. But can it handle something more complex? Let's push it even further in the next test. For test number 3, I wanted to see if I could break it. I gave the Planner agent a task that, logically, an AI shouldn't be able to finish. Procure additional licenses. Think about it. To actually do this, you'd need to contact a third-party vendor, talk to the internal procurement team, and navigate company budget approvals. Without me giving it any contact info or credit card access, I expected the agent to just throw its digital hands up in the air and say, "I can't do this," or at least ask me for help. But here's the wild part. It didn't ask me a single question. It just went to work and completed the task in less than a minute. I was dying to see what it produced. As it turns out, the agent didn't actually buy anything, thankfully for my bank account. Instead, it created a step-by-step execution plan for the procurement process. It outlined who I should likely contact, what documents I'd need, and the typical approval flow. So, while it didn't do the task, it gave me a roadmap to get it done. It's still helpful, but it's definitely a reminder that agent doesn't mean magic employee who can talk to the real world. Yet. One very important thing to watch out for. Once the agent finished this plan, it automatically set the task completion to 75%. In the agent's mind, the hard work of planning is 75% of the job. But in the real world, I still have 0% of my licenses. If that doesn't match your project tracking, you'll need to go in and manually override that percentage. Don't let the agent trick your boss into thinking the job is almost done. Test number 4. Let's talk about the summary ability. Now, there is a very important distinction to make here. Inside a single plan, you have the built-in Copilot button, but the Planner Agent chat is different. The agent is designed to be your bird's eye view. In fact, as of the latest 2026 updates, the Planner Agent can actually look across all your basic plans at once. However, and this is a big however for you power users, right now, the agent still cannot see or summarize your premium plans from this chat interface. It's a strange limitation, but one you need to know. I used this prompt to see if it could handle a multi-project summary. I asked it to look at 2 different projects I have running under the basic plan. In seconds, the agent didn't just list tasks, it synthesized them. It gave me a high-level overview of where I stood on both, highlighted which one was lagging, and even grouped the upcoming deadlines by priority. For a quick morning stand-up with yourself, this is brilliant. It saves you from clicking in and out of 10 different tabs just to see what's due today. It's fast, it's accurate, and for basic plan users, it's a massive upgrade. Now, with those 4 tests down, it's time for the final verdict. Let's go. Finally, test number 5. If you watched my last video, you know I've been on a quest to find a perfect way to generate a milestone chart within Planner. I was hoping the Planner Agent would be my silver bullet. I started with a simple prompt: create a milestone chart for this project. The agent responded in seconds, but honestly, it was just a list with some icons. Definitely not the visual I was looking for. I didn't give up. I refined the prompt, specifically asking for a Gantt chart style visualization. And for a second, I thought I'd won. It produced a beautiful, high-level timeline that looked exactly like what a stakeholder would want to see. But then, the old familiar frustration kicked in. Just like the reporting function I showed you last time, the chart was tiny. The fonts were microscopic, and there was no way to pop it out or zoom in without everything getting blurry. I tried to fix it. I asked the agent to simplify the chart to make the text bigger. Instead, it got worse. It stripped out the useful data but kept the font small. I tried one last Hail Mary prompt to force a layout change. It was better, but still not presentation ready. The verdict on milestones? The agent has the data, and it has the logic to build the chart, but the visual output is still trapped in a tiny window. For now, I'm waving the white flag. We might need to stick to Power BI or manual exports if we want a chart people can actually read. So, after putting the Microsoft Planner Agent through the ringer, what is the final verdict? I've broken it down into a simple report card for you. As you can see, the agent is a bit of a mixed bag. It's a grade A research assistant. If you need a support model or a project draft in seconds, it's brilliant. It's also a huge win for those of you on basic plans because it finally gives you a way to summarize all your projects in one view. But it's not all sunshine and AI magic. Between the 75% completion trap, where it thinks it's almost done just because it wrote a plan, and those microscopic charts that you need a telescope to read, it's clear that the agent still needs some time in the oven. My final takeaway? The Planner Agent is a task secretary, not a project manager. It's great at the busy work, the writing and the summarizing, but it's not yet capable of the deep, data-driven management that a human PM brings to the table. But what if the problem isn't the AI? What if the problem is that this general agent isn't tailored to our specific workflows? Well, that is exactly what we are going to find out next. In my next video, I'm going to step inside Copilot Studio to see if I can build a custom project agent that fixes these gaps. One that actually understands my data, my milestones, and hopefully uses a font size I can actually read. You won't want to miss that one. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and let me know in the comments. Are you trusting the planner agent with your tasks yet, or are you waiting for more updates? I'll see you in the next one.